Sing. Introducing first, ladies and gentlemen, hailing from Roseland, Illinois. She represents UFC Gym Oak Lawn. Weighing tonight at 123 pounds. Ladies and gentlemen, co-world NICOLE HENDERSON. Her opponent in special attraction this evening represents Hit MMA from Chicago, Illinois. She weighs 125 pounds. Ladies and gentlemen, here is NEREIDA GARCIA. Women's action, here we go.
All right, I'm pretty excited about this. I saw NICOLE Henderson fight a couple shows ago. She was a part of the Gladiator Challenge, and she was aggressive. She came out and took her opponent down and grounded and pounded her in made very short work of her.
Yeah, she looked great.
She seems very strong.
There she goes, yeah. A UFC Gym Oak Lawn fighter.
That was a very unconventional takedown.
Yeah, very unusual. And look at NEREIDA now. She's actually going for a takedown of her own here. But is her neck in trouble there?
Well, it shouldn't be, because she's got an arm in, as you can see, and she doesn't have control of her body, and that's what you need really, unless you're gorilla strong to be able to pull off a choke from there.
Unless you're Nato Taro.
Yeah, exactly. Now, I don't know why NEREIDA's going for this head toss. I really dislike that toss.
Yeah. Because
you can very easily end up with a person on your back. She should go to double unders and squeeze NICOLE into her and then drop her from there. That would be how you use this position well. This here, if that shoulder passes NICOLE's head, NICOLE's got her back. I'm not sure NICOLE is aware of that. Okay, good. She's turned back here.
Got the one underhook on the right.
She should make sure she keeps that underhook, uses it to turn. Nice toss.
Nice belly.
Right into half guard, and she could easily go to mount if she wanted it. She tries.
She tried. Good
nice scramble.
Good scramble. But now she might have her back.
She has her back.
Oh,
she needs to get up. Oh, she let the hooks in.
Oh. Now she's doing a good. NEREIDA is doing a good job at turtling up.
Yeah.
She's got a very high. She's very high on her back right now.
She's a little high. Yeah. But she's allowing her to adjust by being flattened out.
Yeah, you know, Henderson is just a monster on the ground.
She's a beast. She's very strong. But that was a mistake right there. And NEREIDA should be able to take advantage.
Shake her off the top, perhaps.
Nice. Put her back to the cage, wait for NICOLE to let go, and then she's got top control. Nicely done.
Well, you know, NEREIDA's nickname is Nasty. We might get to see some of that nasty ground and pound here in the last minute.
The only thing that stopped her from crossing over into a mount was that she was alongside the fence, so she sort of stayed in this very loose, open half guard, which we have right now. You
know, that's some very good scrambling by NEREIDA there, because there was times where Henderson looked to have dominant position, and she fought her way through it with a series of scrambles to eventually take top control.
Yes, Garcia's very strong, but she doesn't use a great deal of technique all the time. And so I was curious if this got out of the first round to see if that strength would carry over. So now I think I'm going to get a chance to see it. There's nothing that zaps your strength more than being mounted.
Oh, wow. There's the nasty right there.
She's got enough time to finish if she puts it on. No, NICOLE hangs on.
Wow. That's all she's doing. She's holding on.
Yep.
She's trying to get out of this round.
And I think that gives Garcia the first round, right? I mean, nothing else much happened that was dominant.
Yeah, no, you're right. I think that gives her the round.
I'm curious, because NICOLE's first fight was so dominant and so quick. I was interested to see if she faced adversity, what would she do? Would she, double down and get nasty, be the bully that she likes to be?
Yeah.
Or would it get in her head? So I'm really, really curious about round two. And I'm happy to see it. Looks like Garcia's got some wrestling.
Yeah, she does.
She looked good there.
She's got very good scrambling ability, because you mentioned it a couple times already. Henderson is a very strong woman. Yeah. Very, very competent wrestler and grappler.
Yeah, she's at her best when she's kind of mauling you, either with her strength or with just like her aggressive style. And that's what she came out and doing and was successful. But then Garcia hung on, sort of weathered a little bit of a storm, and then managed to get that very dominant mount near the end. We'll see what round 2 looks like.
Interesting.
I'm not really sure about the zombie
stance. Yeah, it is like a zombie
Chin
stance,
is straight up in the air.
Oh.
Garcia, again, there she goes. She gets an underhook.
She's got a left underhook.
I'm always curious. I'm always sort of. I never know what's happening when people get people up against a cage and they don't immediately go for underhooks. I'm sort of perplexed. That head toss is really bad news for most people. And here we go again. We find ourselves in this position again.
Henderson out, and NEREIDA it looks like she was holding onto the cage. The
because she's not trying. She's not trying to get that other underhook. She's trying to sort of dirty box, but not having full control. I think, anyway.
Now, would it be, what would she should try to go pummel for another underhook?
I think so. I mean, I think what she wants to do is put Nicole on her back again. To do so, she needs double unders.
And the referee just took away position because
what happened?
Garcia was grabbing the cage again. So
okay.
He took away the
Did he get a warning? Oh, Nicole looks tired.
Yeah, she does.
And Garcia needs to pounce, not let Nicole back into this. And Nicole, nice. Nicole, that's what she needs to do.
I don't know if Garcia realizes how tired Henderson is at this point.
Yeah, maybe her lack of experience, not recognizing when your opponent is taking a deep breath because they're really tired. And again, here's this weird position.
Yeah,
again.
very weird position.
And it's weird by Garcia, not by Nicole. Nicole is spreading out her base and trying to like hang on so she doesn't get taken down. I just don't know why Garcia wants this position, why she doesn't instead either shoot for a double or get double underhooks or something.
It's very Tim Boach-esque, how Tim Boach kind of muscles you up against the cage and throws those big monster uppercuts.
But he's got that barbarian strength, right?
Exactly.
You know, if you don't have that, what's happened now?
I think it was another cage grab again.
Really? I mean, that seems to be a bit much.
I don't know why he wouldn't Warner Moore take a point, perhaps.
Now, Garcia's got to be wary of Nicole's longer punching.
And she's still got power.
Yeah, exactly.
Oh, nice. She got the plum now. She's trying to whip her head.
But I was going to say, her butt's a little too far out for her to get those knees in, but she manages to scoot them in just in time for a good knee to the breadbasket there.
Again, here's your favorite position.
I know. It's curious. That's all I can say.
Yeah.
I've seen this a number of times over the years, and I'm not quite sure. I mean, again, there she was trying to pummel in, so like, okay, good that she's going for something that I recognize as a dominant position.
Again, the referee slapped her hand away from the. You wonder at what point
Garcia's grabbing?
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
You wonder at what point he's gonna
take a point. I know.
Yeah, something.
I mean, I think if it happens that she stops a takedown or lands some kind of devastating blow by holding on, I think that's definitely point worthy. Otherwise, by now, it's 3 offenses. It's time for that to stop.
Right. I don't think she's doing it maliciously, but you're right. I think if it was more fight impacting, we would see something.
Right. I think if she's just, there and it kind of wraps around and he's slapping it away, I mean, I guess that's okay.
And for viewers who maybe have never competed or fought in a cage, which probably most of them haven't, can you explain how difficult it is to train your body to not want to grab the cage? Because you got to think that's a reaction, right?
Yeah, especially, first of all, just the entire cage thing is the fight unto itself. That's the hardest thing to learn, I think. And it's grueling, and it's awful, and it's hard not to put those fingers in there, because what you're supposed to do is sort of keep them out flat and kind of push on it like a wall, but it's not. It's a fence, and your fingers go through, and you have this grip. Early on in the early days, people would grab onto the fence, and then you'd have these kind of boring, fights in the corner where one guy would just kind of hold on, and that's why they did away with it. But it's tough. It really is.
Zombie stance.
Zombie stance. Yeah, not a good idea. But
some decent movement coming out for Garcia here around 3.
Yeah, she hasn't really shown any devastating hands thus far, though.
Yeah. Now, how about this? They each got like a clinch, and they're throwing like uppercuts into each other's torsos.
Speaking of what happened there?
It was like she threw her.
This is a very Don Fry. Do you remember that fight?
Yes.
Who did he fight? I can't remember.
It was a Japanese guy, right?
It was a Japanese fighter. No, it was a Japanese fighter whose name is not going to come. And they just stayed in this position for, what was it, 3 rounds, uppercutting each other.
Yeah, that was, his name escaped. It was a Japanese gentleman. I can't remember his name.
Yeah.
It was in Pride.
Yeah, it was in Pride, yes. Nicole is starting to try to bully her again, landing these little uppercuts. And here we are in the position yet again.
So you got nasty NEREIDA GARCIA against cold world Nicole Henderson. So maybe these women might want to consider their nickname to the bully.
Yeah, I think Nicole could definitely pull off the bully.
Oh yeah,
that's her style. That's when she's at her most effective. She is not at her most effective moving backwards or up against the cage. When she's coming forward, winging punches and trying to put you on the ground with her just that massive strength, that's when she's at her best. Again, in this plum position, nobody gaining too much of an advantage here, though.
Yeah, it's like they each have one hand and like a Muay Thai plum, and they're uppercutting the body.
Yeah, and in MMA, that's actually better than the pure Muay Thai plum. Often when I did body knees, I would have an underhook, and then the other would be behind the head. So you can control and stop if they drop down for a double.
Okay.
That's why I didn't use the pure plum in MMA too much. But they're kind of not really hurting each other here. They're kind of nullifying each other with this, going tit for tat, knee for knee, uppercut for uppercut. It's going to be tough to score. I have no idea.
Now, it almost looks like a whizzer.
Yeah, it would be a whizzer, and there's what I'm talking about all day. It would be a whizzer if she had actually overhooked it, which could have potentially stopped that. But that's the problem with going over the head, is that all the other person needs to do is shuck their hips around and pull you onto your back, and you're done.
Yep.
I see it in Invicta a lot. It's I don't know why these fighters like to use that toss. It's not super effective.
So Henderson ends up round 3, close out the fight on top.
Yeah, and that might be, I mean, with the exception of Garcia's control against the cage, that might be the most meaningful thing that happened in round 3.
That's a hard one to score.
Yeah. That one was back and forth and, nonstop. They didn't stop for a second. None of that was easy.
No, those don't look good.
Clinching like that, fighting up against the fence, that's really, really tough on the cardio.
Yeah, I think that's very underrated, too, because I don't think the average viewer understands how much energy that really takes, that grappling, the cage work, the clinching.
I got to tell you, I would rather be either on the ground already, working jiu-jitsu, or on the feet. It's that in-between part there against that cage. That was always the worst part. And, you have to force yourself to do it, of course. And there must be people out there who like it, but I certainly wasn't one of them. It's tough stuff.
Of course, the great Randy Couture. That's how he made his living. Yeah,
when he was at his best, that's what he'd do. He'd put you up against that fence, and he would make your life a living hell until you just didn't want to fight anymore.
Yep. And he would break guys.
He would. He kind of originated that style, perfected it maybe, All right, I'm super curious to see who wins this one.
Ladies and gentlemen, these judges are working hard and making their money tonight, that's for sure. We have a split decision.
Oh,
split.
Interesting.
Yes.
29-28, judge number 1 for Henderson. 29-28, judge number 2 for Garcia.
This is a tense moment.
Yeah, it is. Can hardly breathe.
And this awesome attraction, 29-28. Here she is, NEREIDA
NEREIDA pulls it out.